Good afternoon. Welcome to the Cohn Zone. That's my dad live from the Cohn Zone. I'm still in Tampa, flying home tomorrow. We have a Monday edition of the Cohn Zone today because Ryan Hensley is busy. So shout out to Ryan. We'll be back next week. Today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. Plans start at $15 a month at Mint. That's low. Make the switch at mintmobile.com/cone. That's mintmobile.com/COHN. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent of $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Okay. They lost a game to the Buccaneers yesterday, but it felt, at least right after it happened, in the locker room, like they lost more than one game. They lost their best player, Fred Warner. They were kind of shocked after the game. And I don't know. I said that maybe their season is over. Maybe they lost more than just to the Buccaneers. What do you think the fallout is now that Fred Warner's out, in addition to Nick Bosa and others?
Okay, first of all, Iggy, I think we need to separate emotion and I'll call it reality. The emotional part was in the locker room yesterday. I wasn't there. I didn't feel it. So let's talk about the emotional part first. I think everybody, most people, I can't speak for everybody, on the team really like Fred Warner and admire him. I would like to point out that you like him and admire him. I don't know if you've ever talked about it, but you and he bumped into each other a while back at San Francisco Airport, and you were both out of your roles. He wasn't a football player. You weren't a journalist. You were just two guys, and you got along very well. You met his wife as well. And as I recall, before you departed from each other, you hugged each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you like him. The players like him. And I'm going to say something else. I don't think other players around the league feel bad for the 49ers. It's football, but they feel bad for Fred.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is he's very popular in the league because he's a stand-up guy and he's a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that emotional part. And yesterday, immediately following the game, a lot of the players like Trent Williams, it was like life had ended.
Mm-hmm.
Because it felt like that to them. Life had ended because this stalwart, this guy who may be the best player on the team and maybe the best guy on the team, is now gone for the season and gone for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
So we've expressed that, and I expressed my sympathy. Now we move beyond that. You can't linger or languish in that. Now the thing is, what does it mean for the team? Okay? I mean, let me imagine I'm Kyle Shanahan. He probably had a tough night. He lost the game. He had to fly back across the country. Poor Fred was probably on that flight, and everybody was feeling crummy. But when he wakes up this morning, his reality, he's got a game coming up.
Yep.
And he owes it to the team and the fans not to languish in melancholy.
Yeah.
He needs to produce. So the issue for the team is, what can they do without this great player? Or, as Bill Walsh always used to tell me, next man up.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Bosa's gone. Fred is gone. Our heart goes out to them. That's not the issue going forward for the team. That's for the medical people. The issue going forward is, what do we do about it? Would we like to address that now, Iggy, or does that come later?
Well, I mean, yes, it is a next man up. They can't be depressed. They're going to get over it. They're going to turn the page and all that stuff. But this, to me, is a much more significant loss than Bosa. And Bosa was a significant loss because without Bosa, the Niners really didn't have a pass rush, and that's significant. But without Warner, I mean, one, they're having a really tough time stopping the run. Two, obviously he's great in coverage right in the middle of the field, but like he's like the chief communicator on the field. And it seems like when he's out there, other people know what they're doing. And when he's not out there, other people don't know what they're doing as much. It's a young defense. And I think realistically, without Bosa or Fred Warner, Robert Saleh is going to do a really good job because he's excellent. But what are the expectations for the defense now? Like maybe league average, maybe.
Okay, hold on. Who's going to take his place?
In this game, it was a guy named Tatum Bethune, number 48.
How did he play?
Not great.
He had a lot of tackles, didn't he?
Yeah. And the Buccaneers ran for a lot of yards.
Okay. Who's going to be communicating it going forward?
Maybe D. Winters.
Do you know if he's qualified for that?
We'll find out. He hasn't had to do it yet because Fred has missed one game in his entire career up until now.
Okay. What I'm saying is people can learn. I mean, these are intelligent men. They learn a whole playbook. I would imagine there's another person on that defense who can make the adjustments, who can call the signals, who can do all that. I don't think it's Fred or nobody. It feels like Fred or nobody, but maybe not. Now, let me ask you a question. You're saying that once he was out, Tampa really ran well. Did they run well before he was out?
Yeah, they were running well one way or another, pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm never going to discount him, but I'm saying they didn't do that well even with him in there. They have trouble. They have trouble stopping the run. Okay. I'm thinking as time goes by and some of these younger players mature, they'll get better against stopping the run. And maybe this Bethune he won't be Fred Warner, but he may be acceptable.
Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, and download the app now. Yes. He may be. And the Niners have some winnable games. We're going to get into all of that. I think it was interesting last week. We were talking like, Bosa's out. Maybe the Niners should go trade for an edge rusher because maybe all they need to do is replace Bosa. Now, with Warner out, do you still want to make that trade for an edge rusher? Are you one player away? Are you thinking more about now and 2026? These are all questions the Niners have to ask themselves that Warner's out.
Okay.
But, I mean, they have the Falcons coming up. They could be 5-2 in 6 days.
Iggy, again, I'm not connected with them at all anymore, but this is how I feel. Forget 2026. They just started 2025. Mm-hmm. You don't write off 2025 because this player got hurt. I'm sorry this player got hurt. Fred Warner. You don't write off the season. They're 4-2. Mm-hmm. They can be 5-2.
Yeah.
You do everything you can to have a great season because I'm saying everything is not lost. It may feel to the fan base that everything is lost, but Kyle, it is his job to make sure that everything isn't lost. This is his challenge as a coach, and it's Saleh's challenge in a way even more than Kyle, both of them. The guy got hurt, Bosa got hurt. What are you going to do about it? You're not going to get into the fetal position. You're going to do something about it. Yeah. I would like to see what they do.
Yeah, and you still have Robert Saleh. You still have good players on defense. You don't have like blue chippers as much, but even with Saleh there coordinating it, you figure it should be solid enough. It could be maybe pretty good some weeks, but then you got this offense where Kittle's coming back and Ricky's coming back and maybe Ayuk comes back. Maybe this can be a different team with a different identity where the offense leads the way. It hasn't really been that kind of a team ever with Kyle Shanahan here.
Okay. I have thoughts about that.
Yeah.
They didn't really do that well offensively yesterday. Todd Bowles is really tough, Iggy. Mm-hmm. He's a brilliant defensive mind. I don't think it's always going to be that way. But here's the thing. I believe you win with defense. I do. Mm-hmm. It's good that these guys are coming back. But if the Niners are going to get into shootouts, that's a tricky proposition, Iggy. You throw picks, you lose the ball, you win with defense. Mm-hmm. My friend Gene Washington always said, Lowell, you entertain with offense, you win with defense. And he was a wide receiver with the Niners and at Stanford.
Throw for show and you run to win.
Yeah. So the concept, that's like Don Nelson basketball. Forget about defense, we'll outscore them. It never works. Iggy, it's good that these people are coming back, but they need a defense. And what I'm saying is they need a defense. And what I'm saying is I believe in Robert Saleh. I believe they will get better at stopping the run. How? I don't know. I'm not in his office with him, but I'm not feeling hopeless. Now, is this a Super Bowl team? No way. Not anymore. But it could be a very good team. And I think it's fair enough that they should strive to be a very good team.
That's the point. Just because you're clearly not going to win the Super Bowl this year, I think that's what was kind of depressing about the loss. They could have told themselves, "Hey, we're 4-1. We just beat the Rams. We're gonna get all these guys back, and we might make a big trade. We could win the freaking Super Bowl this year too."
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're not going to win the Super Bowl this year, but that doesn't mean freaking tank, sell all your players off, and embrace the youth movement and play for next year. It's like, no, make this season the best it can possibly be, because you never know.
You don't want to pull a Buster Posey, what he did at the trade deadline, which was one of the weakest things I've ever seen. No, you play to be the best team you can play. Why? Because you have pride. Two, because you're a 49er. You're a 49er. You don't say, screw it, 2026. You're a 49er and you have pride. No, you do the best you can do, and you want to get an edge rusher, go out and get a goddamn edge rusher. Do it. Show the team you believe in them.
Yeah, and it's like, let's not write off the defense just yet. You lost Nick Bosa. Well, guess what? You spent your first-round pick on a defensive end this year. You lost Fred Warner. Spent your third-round pick on a linebacker this year. Let's see what they got.
See what they got. That's how I feel. That's how a good football coach feels. Kyle is a good football coach. Sal is a good football coach. They're not holding hands now and crying. They're saying, what the hell are we going to do? We got Atlanta. What are we going to do?
And like, to Kyle Shanahan's credit, he's been putting together pretty good offenses with backup quarterback, backup wide receivers, running back who isn't great anymore, backup tight end. Now Saleh's turn. Oh, you don't have Fred Warner and Nick Bosa? Guess what? I didn't have Brock Purdy, George Kittle. I don't really have Christian McCaffrey anymore. I still don't have Brandon Ayuk. Jawan Jennings is, God knows where he is. So yeah, it's on Saleh. It's your turn.
I love how you put that.
Yeah.
Kyle did beautifully working around that. Now it's Saleh's turn. And here's what, I believe in Saleh.
So do I.
I believe in him. So I have them still, and we'll go over the record game by game. I have them with a winning record at the end of this season.